I began my wandering in a winter wonderland. This was the slogan emblazoned on the license plates of the state of Michigan. And it was true. In the morning, if there was a pure snow, it would compel my brother to rush out into the yard while still in his pajamas, using my mother's largest bowl as a scoop. And then he'd run back into the house and pour maple syrup on it. And we would eat that big bowl together before our parents awoke. It may not have been the breakfast of champions, but it was wonderful.
Yellow snow.
One summer, I went to church camp, Presbytery Point, along the shores of Lake Michigamme in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And wandering a wooded path, I saw a sign with a verse from Psalm 46:10. I'm sure you all remember it. Be still and know that I am God. The stillness of the summer wood filled me with wonder. Spirituality rustled in the leaves. UU minister Judith Dowling wrote, "Let us be attentive to the motion that is in our lives, moving through time and space, the going out and the coming back, the letting go and the holding on. We reach out, yearning to be attached. We seek to be included, and then as surely we pull in, we would detach and withdraw into ourselves." In this time of late autumn, the approaching solstice calls us to stillness. But we are as scattered as leaves, windblown. The year is winding down, but we are wound up in this busy season. As carols declare that it's the most wonderful time of the year, the cacophony of kids jingle belling and everyone telling you be of good cheer is overwhelming. Take a rest, ye merry gentlemen. Calm down. Our choir sang the words of Unitarian Universalist Carl Seberg. Find a stillness. Hold a stillness. Let the stillness carry me. Find the essence. Seek the essence. Let the essence carry me. The essence is one of my favorite names for God. When Moses asked for God's name back in the book of Exodus, the reply was, "I am that I am." Basically, God said, it is what it is. The essence. The essence is the essence. Be still. What will be, will be. Like the sign I saw in the woods, occasionally I take the time to be still and know. The woods was where the Buddha went to be still and know. He sat under the Bodhi tree until he reached enlightenment. December 8th is Bodhi Day, celebrating that day of wonder. And each year I pause and try to find the stillness in the madness. Is it possible to be the eye of the holiday hurricane? I wonder. I try to walk a spiritual path, but I also allow myself to wander, to stray, and to be playful. I do not force cheerfulness, but I welcome it when it arrives, and I am grateful after it leaves. Because seeking pleasure can just lead to desperation, and then clinging to pleasure can lead to a dependency. It's best to approach each day with an openness. Wonder each morning what the day will bring. Let go every night and sleep into the land of wonderland of dreams. May our lives be full of wondrous fascination. Let us be in love with life. Experience all the joy of nature, music, the arts, and friendships. Sing to love and to all friends. Gather around when someone's sinking down. Reach out for friends when you are sinking down. Be intentional about gathering round and sharing wondrous love. Love could be considered the source of pain. Grief is the price we pay for loving and losing someone. And it's true that everyone we love, we lose, either by our own death or outliving those we love, or people just come into our lives for a period of time and then they're gone because life just has so many things going on. And you can save yourself from loss by never loving. But how much do you lose? Because love is also the source of healing. When we love deeply with our souls, love can never truly be lost. It is internalized and gives us more capacity to love. Life is a series of loving and letting go. Like some trees, we have summer and winter seasons. We live in a wondrous paradox. We are rooted in the earth, yet open to the air. And even evergreens lose needles. They shed their old growth as the new growth emerges, so we don't notice. But we shouldn't be green with envy about them being evergreen. They seem to have it so well. And we should not compare our lives to others. Because it just seems, doesn't it, that other people go through their lives without pain. But know that despite appearing evergreen, everyone experiences loss. And if we are unable to show our loss, then we probably will go through those losses alone. And there are people like that. I mean, evergreens are evergreen. They always have that good front, and they always look strong in the winter. But evergreens are often hard and prickly and hard to get to know, and they're defensive against revealing grief. And we know people like that. We appreciate them. They're gruff, kind of curmudgeon-y. But we also know that they're strong enough to be there when things get rough. They're like evergreens. encircling us like a wreath. In paganism, the wreath is a symbol of life, a never-ending circle. It survives even in the darkness and in cold. Sometimes it's hung on the door. Sometimes it's brought inside, and there's a circle on the table. A Christmas wreath, an Advent wreath, is an anticipation of the miracle of birth. It is a preparation for wonder. It starts 4 Sundays before Christmas, and a candle is lit for each Sunday. Now, different traditions have various meanings for each candle. Each candle is intended to help people focus on one aspect of the season. Such broad themes like faith, hope, love, joy, or peace. And focus is necessary for wonder. To be amazed, one must be paying attention. And I wonder how many miracles I miss every day. Because my attention's turned away by some worry, by some activity, just stuff that you have to do. Laundry never goes away. And the repetition of daily tasks leads to tedium. And we try to break this tedium with distractions, and sometimes some special show or some event, but that's often just very superficial. And I've heard those Christmas songs over and over again. I know them. And they can become boring. But perhaps it's not the world that needs to change. It's us. We need to change our focus. We need to stop looking for new wonders or bigger and better spectacles. And look with new eyes to the wonders that are here. The cycle of the season could be interpreted as repetitive and boring. I remember once taking my son when he was young out on a road to look at the autumn leaves, and he said, "Didn't they do this last year?" But with eyes of wonder, we can see the dynamic dance of the earth and sun. Christmas shopping could be drudgery and a chore, or it could be a creative expression of your love for someone. You might see the perfect work of art and says, "That makes me think of this person. And they weren't even on my list, but they are now because I found this gift." Baking can be messy and expensive, but tasting the recipe of a lost relative brings them back to life. Hanging lights can be just another duty, or it can be a portal to beauty. The wonder of anything matters less than the wonder we bring to it, the openness we have to receive it. Psychiatrist Thomas Saz wrote, "Boredom is the feeling that everything is a waste of time. Serenity, that nothing is." When we are prepared for wonder, we are able to find miracles everywhere. 20th century Polish-American Rabbi Abram Joshua Heschel wrote, "Awe is more than an emotion. It is a way of understanding, insight into a meaning greater than ourselves. The beginning of awe is wonder, and the beginning of wisdom is awe. Awe is an intuition for the dignity of all things, a realization that things not only are what they are, but also stand, however remotely, for something supreme. Awe is the sense of transcendence, for the reference everywhere to the mystery beyond all things. It enables us to perceive in the world intimations of the divine, to sense in small things the beginning of infinite significance, to sense the ultimate in the common and the simple, to feel in the rush of the passing the stillness of the eternal. What we cannot comprehend by analysis, we become aware of in awe." At this time of year when Jews light the Hanukkah candles, they are changing their focus. They're opening themselves to wonder. They are connecting themselves to a history. The family menorah may have been rescued from the Holocaust, or it might have been bought at Target last week. But each candle is full of wonder to the eye that's able to look. It is hope from their ancestors who are struggling for freedom and managed to keep the fire burning. A great miracle may have happened there in Jerusalem years ago, but the ritual that exists today is a still greater miracle. The greatest miracle of all is simply being. When we affirm our own being, we are connected with all who came before and all who will come. Whatever your holiday tradition, or if you have none, wonder is always possible. It can be as simple as steam rising from your coffee, or tea leaves in an otherwise empty cup. Sometimes it is a challenge, and sometimes you can make a game out of the challenge. For me, it's difficult. It is extremely difficult for me to see the wonder and the blessing of winter rain. It's not an April shower that brings May flowers. The consequences are just too far distant. And it's not a summer shower that reduces the heat after a long day. Or it's not a fierce and powerful and glorious thunder and lightning storm. And it's not the beauty of white snow that creates a blanket of calm over all you can see. It's drizzle. It's sleet. Yet it is complete in itself. The water fills the coastal estuaries, attracting tundra swans from the Arctic. And these marshes, they stay open and full of life. And at night, a wet pavement reflects light and drops on my window can be a kaleidoscope that I can look through at the lights outside. But a day of winter sunshine is a blessing in coastal Carolina. It's the perfect day to go to the beach. For me, because no one else is there. And the emptiness is full of wonder. And the untrampled sand dunes with their white drifts to my northern mind, if I squint, I can imagine their snow. Undulating off into the distance. Spring, summer, and fall have spectacle, full of flowers, fireworks, and flame-colored leaves. Such marvelous wonders to behold. But winter brings an introverted wonder. The lonesome pines and the hibernating oaks contain an internal warmth, rooted in the earth. The light is less blinding, and one can see clearly. The subtlety means we have to commit more of ourselves to wonder. It is precious precisely because it is not easy. How fortunate we are. We have inherited many rituals from our ancestors. They teach us to refocus our priorities, to find a universe within a flame of a single candle. The mundane becomes wonderful, and meditation leads to celebration. We can look into the night sky and choose any star and call it our star of wonder. It may not lead wise men to our door, and we might not hear angels sing, but it is a miracle to be here and be able to see it. UU religious educator Sophia Lyon-Faz encouraged us to find wonder in everyday miracles when she wrote, "For so the children come, and so they have been coming, always in the same way they come, born of a seed of man and woman. No angel heralds their beginning. No prophets predict their future courses. No wise men see a star to show where to find the babe that will save humankind. Yet each night a child is born is a holy night. Fathers and mothers sitting beside their children's cribs feel glory in the sight of a new life beginning. They ask, where and how will this new life end? Or will it ever end? Each night a child is born is a holy night. A time for singing, a time for wondering, a time for worshiping. Each of us might be the child that saves humankind. Even at our advancing age, Einstein, when he was 76, in the last year of his life, said this: the important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. One cannot help but be in awe when contemplating the mysteries of eternity, of life, of the marvelous structure of reality. It is enough if one tries merely to comprehend a little of the mystery every day. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Never lose a holy curiosity. May we bless and be blessed.